Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the adult crypto class. As I just mentioned before I started the recording, is what are some of these reasons why you notice I'm asking or requesting assistance with trying to afford bringing this out? What you are currently looking at is what Zoom charges for a monthly fee to use Pro. When I got it, it was much higher than this. This is a 50% discount from when I got it. I can show you the bill where it says 199. Um, my objective, which is I believe the business, my objective was making sure that we had enough room, and I'll check it in just a minute to make sure. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on as far as these subscriptions. I want to make sure that we have enough room for everybody when we launch. Um, and again, the assistance that I'm requesting is only until we launch. And I want to make it clear and to the point where a lot of people say, well, if this program or what you're doing is going to assist all these people and what have you, then you should have the money to launch it. Granted, yes, if everything had stayed the same, I wouldn't be asking. But as you already know, I've been unemployed for 3 months. 3 months. And on unemployment, which wasn't even a quarter of what I was receiving for a paycheck. I didn't think it would take 5 months to get back to work, but it's taken that long, 4 anyway. So, not complaining, but you need to know where this is coming from and why I'm requesting what I'm requesting. A promise delivered will have its own position. In a promise delivered, yes, it will have a business account specifically to handle the subscriptions that I personally have been handling since we got the programmer. Now, there has been a lot of donations towards the programming, the programmer, the software creation. Yes, absolutely. There's a couple people that went well over and above most. And if everyone had sent in the admin deposit, then I wouldn't be asking now. But because that had not happened, these subscriptions have caught up to me. Okay, this is just one of 19 different subscriptions. But again, like I said, once we launch, there will be no need for assistance, but that's where I'm at right now. Okay, I just wanted you to see why I'm asking, but I do believe it's a business account because it's 200 and this is 119, but I have to make sure. I know it's one of the two. I have to look and make sure. Just wanted to share that real quick, just so you can see that what I'm asking for and what is being requested is because of just this one subscription. This is our communication. So this communication is needed. So if I allow this to fall back to the free position, then a lot of the features that make it easy for you to get the information you need won't be there. I mean, it's up to us. It's what you feel is necessary going forward as a business and a company. All right. So just wanted to share that with you. I will send a list of all of the subscriptions so you can see what I'm paying for and have been paying for without any complaints. But like I said, back then I was driving truck and the pay is a lot more than what I'm getting now. Right now, I work in a restaurant for 4 days. Okay. So, big difference, not complaining. You need to know where I'm at. So it doesn't seem like, well, all you're doing is asking us for money and we haven't seen anything yet. Which takes me to the next statement. What everyone is waiting for is the launch date. I know that. You know that. We all know. So what I'm going to give you is an update as far as we are with a promise delivered on this call because Monday is a holiday. It's being recorded, and I will upload it right after the call. It takes about 2 hours. If I lean on it pretty good, it takes about 2 hours total, sometimes three, but it will be up afterwards. I'll launch it and basically have it on YouTube so you can send people to it. For those who couldn't make this call because of the late hour, it'll be available for everyone to hear and see what I'm going to show you. So with that being said, let's go into what I know and what you will know at this point as far as a promise delivered. The update that I gave last was the programming per se, writing the code is over. That's done. It's completed. What is happening in the back office now is putting all of the videos that explains how to use the system. Okay. I could launch it and then say, okay, you're on your own. Here's the back office. Those who paid the admin, here it is. Go. And then the first call would be, how do I, right? Just think about this. When I've sent out the videos to go and look at the multiple different versions of a wallet, how many of you went to YouTube and watched all the videos? I sent the video email list of probably 25 or more different links to videos for you guys to study. And maybe a handful of people went and looked. The rest didn't. You know how I know that? Because of the questions that I received afterwards. So if I don't take the time needed to explain each step in the back office with a video of someone clicking here, type this, put this in this box, make sure to check it twice, all of that stuff, if I don't do that, what am I going to get? You ever seen a bowl of spaghetti? Can you count or can you pick out one string of spaghetti in a bowl? No, you see multiple strings. And that's what you'll see when I send you to the back office without knowledge, without videos explaining each step. Like I said, I really, really tried to make sure a promise delivered was easy and, not hard, which is the same, saying the same thing, impossible. For the intricacy of how the steps work and how the system was put together, it needs to be explained. Can't do it on a call. The call will be 4 hours, literally, because each thing needs to be explained. So that's what's happening as we speak. I had to write out each step. There's 12 of them. I had to write out what happens in that step. What happens when you go do this, what you click on here, what is expected of you, what happens at the end of that step for the most part. Have I finished it? No, absolutely not. I'm trying my best, but please understand, I work all during the day part of it. Okay, so my schedule is back to where it was. I work 4 of those days of the week, and the programmers and the back end creators, these guys, what they do is create the steps, or as far as putting the videos next to each thing. So when you click on it, it'll explain what you have to do. They do all that kind of stuff. I can't do that. Okay, that's videography, explainers and all that stuff. The process is more entailed and very expensive. Pretty much all that was covered except for what they're doing now, which is a brand new loan, which was already done and taken out and all that good stuff. And those are payments that are required. Again, you have no idea until you actually get into launching a program how expensive it is. But it's nowhere near what we thought or what I was getting before. When you get into the $100,000 programmers, they do all that stuff. You just tell them what it is, what color you want, and what it to do, and then they do all of that. You just sit back and wait for them to get done. We didn't have that. So we have to work with someone who does what they can when they can. The hardest part, like I said, is done. We are at putting in all the information and instruction. I will not launch until it is where someone who has no idea, who has never been on a call with myself or watched a video of what we have gone through, what you have put up with, what you put in. I want them to be able to click on that thing or go into the back office and sit back and be able to be caught up to what they need to do for each step when it happens, what they need to do to fill out this documentation. That's where we are, family. So the programming is done. We don't have to worry about that. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. Now we have to explain it to you. I do not want 1,000 calls every day because people don't understand what to do if I just throw it out there. Would that be fair to you? If I just launch it? Which I could launch right now. But you wouldn't know what to do when you got back there. And who are you going to call? Me. No, we're not going to do that. So let me finish the last parts of it. We're really at the very end of everything. It's just putting in the information, putting in the instructions, and making sure everything that I need is in place. The payment gateway is simple. I kind of gave away one of the things that you're going to need on the last call, Solana network. Okay, I would recommend getting it. Hint, I would recommend getting it. Now, for me to say, oh, it's going to be out before Christmas would be a straight lie. Nope, it is not. It is not. I'm just telling you the truth. I want you to know the truth. I will get it out as soon as I'm satisfied with the instruction videos that are going into the back. I'm on step 9 right now. 3 more steps to go. So very soon it will be done, and then I can release it to the folks who sent in the $25 donation. Not donation, but the admin fee. You guys are first. So I know it's been a long time. I wanted to launch back in November so we could be, already receiving from this thing for Christmas, so everyone could have a really beautiful Christmas. But that, it just it didn't work. It didn't happen in time. Not saying that it won't. I do know for a fact that when we finish it, it'll make up for all lost time and all the other stuff that we've tried to get into to generate some income. Okay? It's going to make up for all of that. Hands down. Now, the next question that I got that I need to speak on is the times to call. Yes, I put out a pretty strict thing, and it's still strict, and it's going to stay that way, simply because if I don't focus and get done with all the stuff that needs to be done, because I have to write it. If I don't focus and get it done, we'll be on and on and on trying to get it done. So we're at the final steps. Let me finish. The call times to call me. There's 2 days that you can call, Monday and Saturday, all day. Well, as long as I'm not in a call. There are 3 calls on Saturday. Kids Corner at 11, Adult Crypto class at 1, and then 8 o'clock health call. Before or after the Adult Crypto class, there's 4 hours that you can call me with, questions. I would prefer you ask all the questions during a call, so that question can be answered on a recording that may help someone else. Don't wait until we get off the call to do a private call and ask me a question that could have been asked during a call. That's the one that burns me up or gets me, on edge, because that's not necessary. There's no need to hide questions. If you have a question concerning a promise delivered or Team Royal, it should be done during a call. That question may help someone who doesn't know anything about what we're doing. So those kind of calls upset me because that could have been recorded and helped somebody. So don't wait until um, a private call to ask a question. Don't do that. The reason I do Q&A is so you can ask these questions. Now, something different if you weren't on the call, but don't use that as an excuse to call me and tie up time. My time is very short at these days. I'm not doing that well because the income has been drastically reduced. So I'm scratching at every edge to get funds to, maintain these subscriptions. Every end. So questions, if it's something else, that you just need to call me and ask, no problem. You have 2 days to do that. Monday, pretty much all morning from 10 o'clock. Don't wake me up, please, because usually working 4 days, 10 hours is not fun. And when I do get into that rest time, I take as much as I can to recuperate. So after 10 o'clock, all the way up to 8 o'clock at night on Monday, I'm available. Okay. Saturday from 2 to 6, I'm available. Eastern time. I live in Eastern time zone. So I'm not going, I don't know why that I get that question so much, but I live in Eastern, so I can't take a call in any other time zone. Let's lock that in, please. I'm on Eastern time zone. Okay. So I know everybody's all over the place, all over the world. I get it. Eastern time zone is when you call me. Any other time, off limits. Sunday is totally off limits. Okay. That's when I work on me. If you don't think standing up for 10 hours, 4 days a week is not hard, try it. Try it. Stand up for 10 hours for 4 days. Can you do it? It's very painful, to say the least. I truly want to get back in the truck. If I have to work, I want to get back in the truck. This is very difficult and very painful. Okay. So that's the kind of stress I'm going through on top of trying to get this thing launched, which I will. All right. So that's the most I have on a promise delivered. For those who are looking to get the admin fee in, Rhonda was so gracious to put up on the chat the options that you have. You have Zelle, 21-day help at Gmail. 21-day help at Gmail is the Zelle for promise delivered. There is a Bitcoin address. There is Cash App address. Okay. If you are going to send in your admin fee, please send me a text and let me know what you're sending. Don't put memos in Cash App because that's a personal account and we can't do business transactions in the memo. Okay. That'll get the account shut down. I have a cell phone. Text that information to me. Okay. Most, if not all of you have my phone number. don't put that in chat. If you want my phone number, request it. I will give it to you. Okay? Because people see a phone number in chat, they do things with it. So let's be careful where phone numbers are put. Um, I'm not going to record me giving my phone number because that's the same thing. Once I put it on YouTube, everybody in the world has it. Okay, so if you need my phone number, either email or request it by, some form necessary. All right. I have to be mindful of that. Now, what I can do is after I turn off the recording, I can give it during a call. That way, it's all good. I do not save everybody's phone number in my phone. So when you send a text, and this is the big one, I know a lot of our seniors are getting used to texting, and this is all new to you. Don't just send a text because I have no idea who you are. All it says is a number, and I need to do this, or this is that, or I need your name. Please do me the courtesy of putting your name at the beginning of the text, along with hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. I need to know who I'm talking to. A lot of times when I get text like that, you'll get a reply from me, to whom am I speaking? I have no idea. Am I going to save everybody's phone number in my phone? No, no, I can't do that. All right. So do me that favor. If you're going to send a text, give me your name so I know where to apply things that are being sent in. Now, as far as the assistance for Zoom, there is currently a bill for $200. I need help, flat out. If you can do it, great. If not, it is what it is. If I need to reduce it back to free and eliminate all of the features, I'll do that too. But I would like to have all the features so that you can get the updates and information you need, and I can, do what I need to do. But like I said, I don't have a problem shutting it off either. And you'll just have to put up with recordings when I can get them up in whatever time it takes to do so. Okay, I want to try to make everything convenient until the website is launched. Once the website is launched, all that stuff will be on there. All I have to do is call up those guys, which is going to be another subscription, website maintenance. I tell them what I need on there. They put it in. There's going to be a feature for a splash page update where everyone's going to subscribe to it. And once you subscribe to it and a new update pops or something I need, there's a couple people that have, not saying any names yet, until it's solidified, that are offering to assist. They'll just type in what I need said to everybody. You'll get a text, or it's more than likely it's going to be a text. It'll be a mass text. Everyone's information is going to go in it. And then when they put that text information in, doop, you'll get it. Okay. And I think it's going to work off of a splash page where they type in what needs to be said and you get it as a member of it, which is simply subscribing. It's going to be on the bottom left or right of the website. Subscribe for updates. You put in your phone number, it's going to text you. Now, if it costs you to receive a text, which some people are still on those kind of plans, don't subscribe. Just go to the website and see the updates page, which will be inside, but you can only see that if you're a member. Unfortunately, I have to keep it that way. A promise delivered is going to be semi-private. Like I said, the only way you can get in is with an ID. Remember that? And only way to see all of the features of the website is to be a member. That's what the $25 admin fee is for, those subscriptions. Okay. So that's what it's all about. For all those who haven't or decided you're just going to skip it until launch, that's fine too. Don't expect to get some of the same features that everyone who has and get on the call and say, well, I didn't get that. Well, I wonder why. All right. I have to get strict going forward. I've been really bent over backwards for everybody. That's just my nature. I'm a helper, but I'm not going to enable um, those who don't want to participate. I'm not going to do it. That's over. Um, so that's as much as I have on updates as far as a promise delivered. Hopefully, I will have more over the next couple of days. Like I said, there are some things in the mix as we speak that will allow the bread basket to assist. Now, does that mean, oh, go to the bread basket and I don't have to pay the 175? Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. The bread basket is for a certain group of people, those that need the assistance. And there's a lot of people that, need the assistance, but there's going to be a certain amount of assistance every month that the bread basket will do. Is it going to open up its arms and just put everybody in? Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. The people in the bread basket have to talk to me. Remember me talking about pretty much, I'm going to protect this thing. I you just don't understand how serious I am about that. Unless you don't speak English, we'll figure out a way how we can communicate and you can explain to me why you need the help to get in. But without it, guess what? Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm all about team. And I'm out. This is something I said not too long ago at the job that I'm at. There's 7 cooks that work there, and only 3 clean up the kitchen. So 4 people do the little cook, whatever they're cooking, and leave. Not even as much as picking up a broom. That is not team. Same thing here. There's 400 people on the list. 200 have said, I'll pick up a broom. The other, I don't know. So I have to be the same way. Um, I have to be like you. So I'm going to protect this kitchen by all means necessary. Okay. So that's where we are. I know it's frustrating that it didn't launch before Christmas. Trust me, you are not the only one upset about that. I wanted nothing more to have this thing done and launched before Christmas so I could leave and go somewhere fishing. I'm still going to do that. I just haven't decided where I'm going. I think I'm going to go to Dominican Republic. It's hot there all the time, some pretty good fishing. I'm going that way, either there or um, Panama. One of the two. I'm going somewhere hot where I can go get on a boat and forget about everything, especially all this. This is very stressful, but it's worth it to me because I know what a promise delivered is. I've seen what it will do, and I know what it's going to do once we flip the switch. And all that stress, all that, you know, light bill, gas bill, water bill, house notes goes away. I can't wait. So that's where we are. Like I said, if things happen like I'm hearing, there's going to be a very loud scream from this address because of what they're planning on doing. I may need to travel real quick um, to make it happen, but there is a currency that may come available over the weekend. And if so, I'm gone. I'm going to go get it because I have it. Okay. So just to give you heads up, I need help now, but you know, once we launch, no, I don't need it. And if they do what they're talking about earlier today about the currency that they're looking at opening up for people before Christmas, kind of like a helper thing, and they actually do it, I'm going to be on somebody's road getting to that location. I'm not going to fly. I'm not going to do any of that because I don't have the funds to do that, but I can drive. Okay. So that's what's happening. That's the update. Before I go into adult crypto class, any questions on the update? Now's the time to unmute and ask.
Greetings, myself. This is Jefferson.
Hello, Jefferson.
My question is, how much are you requesting us an amount from us of what we can give?
Whatever you can give is good enough. The bill is
Okay.
$200 a month. So
if all of us give some, we can get that done.
yes.
Thank you. That's my question.
Yep.
Hello, Montavo. I have a question.
Yes,
Questions. Well, about the Zoom, I am ready with mine today. $30. I'm ready.
Okay.
And I'll be sending with the cash app.
Okay. So with that, just send me a text with
Yes.
what you're sending.
Yes.
That way I can keep everything separated. Do not to you, this is for everyone. If you're going to send a cash app, do not put a memo in there, payment for, or, you know, all that. Don't put anything in there. Send me a text.
Yes. Now, thank you. The other one, I had asked you about Tron. I needed some Tron. I discovered I can't take from the balance. So I have to purchase from my card. Now, I tried 3 times. It would not allow me to continue. It said I have to get in touch with my bank. The bank is not allowing.
Oh.
Now, yeah, with Solana, so I had to leave it. Now with Solana, the same thing. I reached until the end. It could not allow me to continue. So probably it may not be in Texas.
I was just getting ready to say that. There's some blocking going on all over. There's certain states that won't allow people to participate with crypto. New York is one of them. I think Texas is the other one. So my thing to all of you, for those who have tried to get different cryptos and it's blocking you, just hang on. Just hang on.
Okay.
Because I say this, in a minute, as I said on the Kids Corner, this is going away. Okay, this is going away. This is connected to that block that you just talked about. They don't want you to use crypto because they know once you go crypto, you don't need this anymore. And they are afraid of that. They are majorly afraid that once you are able to go crypto, you're going to do this. You're going to buy your own bank. And you're going to become your own banker, which means what? They are completely cut out of the picture.
Yeah.
Do you think they want that?
No.
That's why they're blocking it. So just hang on, because once they release the Kraken, or go ahead and do the exchange, everything will be digital. Everything. Okay? And they will no longer have the control over us over a piece of paper. So just hang on. That's all going to go away.
Okay, thank you. There was another one you mentioned. Was it Hint? Or what was the name? You mentioned
the hint was the Solana network.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Yeah, same thing. That was just I'm giving away one of the aspects. It's a hint.
Oh, a hint.
Hint.
Montava, I'm a senior.
No, that's okay. Sorry. So am I now.
I am an older senior. You are a young senior.
It's all right.
Thank you for the response.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, Mentalo, this is Rhonda. A couple of quick ones. Of course, in the chat, I've made for you, your phone number is there because for people, for text you, is that okay? Or do I need to remove all of those?
No, I'll leave it there. Like I
Okay.
said, this number is going to go to voicemail anyway. So
Okay.
it's
Okay. That was one question. And in the chat, so people know, in the chat on this place, I put the address for the messenger chat if you want to join it. It's not there for me to answer questions all day. It's there for me, as Mentabo says, to organize it, put stuff he sends me or emails, etc. So it's in one place for you. So that is there. And I put the methods of payment in the chat. And Mentabo, I put it's solana.com in the chat. Is that the right network?
Solana.
Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, what the other question is, when you go fishing, just a question, will there be somebody who's connected to the program that can do the withdrawals while you're gone? Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Any other questions? Now's the time. Any other question on the update?
Would you mind repeating the times on Monday and Saturday when people can call you again, please?
Monday from 10 a.m. until 8 or 7:30 p.m. because the call starts at 8 o'clock. Saturday, 2 p.m. Oh, wait a minute. The call ends at 2. So from 3 to 7:30 because the call starts at 8 o'clock. So from 3 to 7:30. But also put, if you have questions about things, make the call and ask the question on the call.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. If not, we'll deal with it. And 0 calls and or text on Sunday. If you call me or text me on Sunday, you will be refunded and blocked permanently. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Let's get into the class for 1 hour because the health calls at 8 o'clock. I have not had dinner or anything like that, so I'm going to do 1 hour on crypto. So first, as you can see, the treasurer finally made it after 2 months. There is a month back order on these things. Now I'm going to open this up on Saturday coming. Can everybody handle Saturday? Next Saturday, not tonight. I want to do it on the Kids Corner simply because I would like everybody to just show up on Kids Corner, the adult crypto class. I'm going to put that in there. I want everybody on that call simply because, number one, it's the Kids Corner. And 2, I only want to do this live once. Okay. And I could do it tonight, then I would have to do it again for them next Saturday. Let's just all meet on their call. It's still their call. Okay. It's for the kids. You can wait maybe 30 minutes or so and then show up. Give me a chance to go over what I have for them, or you can be at the beginning, your choice. But 30 minutes in, I'm going to go into the unboxing of the Trezor Safe 3. This is the next step up. This was $150. But I think this one is a little better because it's Bluetooth. There's no connecting. There's no putting it on the internet. You can do do everything wirelessly. So there's no connection to the internet at all, ever with this. So by then I'll have my other, or the new ledger, which I have to purchase also, and get that one here. What I'm going to do is go over all the steps. Now, I helped my sister set up her ledger. She was able to get hers 2 weeks ago. It comes really quick because it's not coming from overseas. The ledger, or the Trezor, is coming from overseas, but hers came real quick and we set it up, but it took no less than 2 hours because there's a lot of steps. And there's connecting it to the internet, there's turning off Wi-Fi, there's writing down 24 keys, there's putting those keys in and verifying each one, there is putting in emails and putting in all your information, getting an email from them to verify your setup. Once you set it up, then you have to set up a wallet, which again, it's a cold storage, and you need to set up a wallet in order to move cryptos or digital into it. So it's going to ask you to set up a new wallet. Okay. You have to set that up and then connect the two. Then you're going to get the send and receive addresses and put those in a secure place. There's also having all of these things written down, which takes a few minutes. Okay, it's not like, you can write down 24 words in a few minutes. It is not a quick process. So let's get away from the mindset that this is only going to take 5 or 10 minutes. It's not. Unless you've set one up before, then yes, it may take a half hour to an hour. But never having one, never setting one up, doing all this for the first time, 2.5 easy. 2.5. So the entire call is going to be on setting up Trezor. Then I'm going to do another one on the next wallet. There's going to be 4 wallets, virtual wallets that we're going to set up. Each one of them I'm going to go through step by step. You're going to need this, at least one. If you don't get this one, get the ledger, $79, get it. Because once I launch a promise delivered, you're going to need to put these things somewhere. You're going to need to put it somewhere or leave it in the back office. And that was another question that I had to ask myself. Can the back office maintain and hold on to what is accrued over the time before someone moves it from out of the back office? And he said, yes, it'll hold it. So you're good. You're good. All of what is going to happen is going to require you to understand this device. Also, it's going to require you to understand how to set up a wallet, because you have to move it from where? Source to a wallet to the bank. So let's talk about that real quick. Source. The sources that you have available to you, number one, a promise delivered. It has 12 steps. Each step is going to create and generate a source for you. Source. That means an income or financial movement or what have you. It's a source. 12 of them. In the midst of going through 4 of the steps, or 3 of them. The 4th step is going to move you into Team Royal. Team Royal has its own form of source. Okay. From $5 all the way up to $15,000 daily. You're going to fall somewhere in that category 2 times. So whatever you have or wherever you wind up, you're going to be there twice. So let's say that, for instance, those who already have a position when Team Royal was launched, or not launched, but brought together as a team build, that's your first position. Everybody that's coming into a Promise Delivered is coming behind your original position. Coming behind you. So that's going to start another source. When you get to step 4 and you only have one position, you're going to take the next position out of a Promise Delivered into Team Royal and start a second form of source. So now we're talking a Promise Delivered, Team Royal once, Team Royal twice. That's 3 sources just with 2 platforms. There's 12 sources in a Promise Delivered. There's, I think, another, I have to actually look. Let's look together. I want to make sure I'm not speaking wrong. One moment. And yes, I'm recording it. Actually, I can't record it because, well, I can before I launch. Just so, because once I launch, I can't mention other companies, just Team Royal, because this actually shows the name, company name. But I want you to see it just as well. I want to make sure I'm quoting the right amount of levels here. 1 second. What are you doing? I was trying to download the document. Did it do it twice? I just need to make sure you're looking at the same thing I'm looking at. All right, so let me see how many levels. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess all I had to do was count this, but there's 15 sources, and you're looking at the sources from $5 all the way up to 15,000. So I'm not quoting words or numbers just to be doing it. Okay. Now, again, I'm just going to turn it off because I don't want that to be some kind of bait thing that, you know, they try to put on when you start recording other people's websites and what have you. That's called embaitment, and I'm not embating anyone. I just want you to know the source of what is coming from. There's 15 levels over there, 12 different levels from A Promise Delivered. Now, you're only going to participate on 2 of those levels at a time over at Team Royal. Your first position is going to move down into those numbers. The new one's going to come behind it, times everybody that's coming in. So you could be at one level at $100 a day every day. You could be at $400. So that's a total of $500 a day every day for as long as the people are in Team Royal. I don't think anybody's going to quit when they're receiving those kind of numbers daily. That's 3 sources. I have too many numbers. 3 sources of funds coming to your wallet. Now, Team Royal pays in US dollar. So whatever it turns into in the coming days when they switch the switch, because it is going to switch to the quantum financial system, and you're going to have a new paper, it'll turn to that. But it's not going to do less. It's going to be a lot more because it'll be backed by something unlike this one. There's nothing backing this but blood, war, death. That's what's backing this. That's why people refer to it as the key to evil, because people do bad things to get this, because there's nothing backing it. If you had something, one of these, let's say that everybody in the United States had one of these and it's worth $300. So you don't have to do all that fighting and whatnot to have the things you need. And let's say instead of you having one of these, let's say you have 100 of these, now you got $30,000. Pretty serious. Okay? So that's kind of where things are going. A Promise Delivered is going to do both. It's going to do the paper up until step 3. 2 times everyone is going to be deducted $398. What is $398? The $398 is the introduction to Team Royal fully vetted, which means that that position is ready for receiving income instantly. Now, I want to clear up the whole 2 times everybody. But you said I can only have 2 positions in Team Royal. Correct. 1 business and 1 personal. That's 2 positions. You can't have any more than that. Do not do more than 2 positions unless they allow it, and I'll find out. But I doubt it because they don't want too much like that. With 2 positions, I think is fair enough, but I'll find out. But don't be greedy, because a lot of times when you say, oh, I can have 7 positions, how much money do you really need? You got a massive source on the first one. You have 2 massive sources. Could you imagine both positions making it to $15,000 a day? That's 30 grand a day. How much money do you need? Do you need more than $30,000 a day? I don't think so. I really don't. What are you going to buy that you couldn't buy yesterday? It's daily for the rest of your life, or as long as the people stay in. Could you imagine? $30,000 a day? A day. That's too much money, but it's available to you. We're going to make sure that everyone gets it. Okay? Now, let's clear up this 2-position thing. There's only 29 people that actually joined Team Royal. 29 people. So there's only 29 of you that are already in. When you get to step 4, the first time, you're going to get another position. The second time it takes it, it's going to go to the breadbasket. Well, that's not fair. You're taking money out of my pocket. Am I? Let me finish. Do you remember me saying that a promise delivered is going to be placed in a humanitarian project list? There's a reason for that. One, it is a humanitarian project. That's number one. Two, it's going to do things humanitarian based, helping people that need this, need clean water, need a place to stay, pay rent, pay the light bill. They may not be in a promise delivered. That's a way for them to join. For someone to get some dental work done, just have to submit it with a real bill. And a promise delivered is going to do its best to satisfy that bill. On top of invite them in to a promise delivered so they can then receive and then give back to that bread basket. The bread basket was put in play long before we got into this. So understanding this and having the ability to become your bank is going to then make another note on a humanitarian project. Teaching people to be financially secure and ready to be free. Free to use your wallet, free to use your own bank and not go ask another bank, can you buy a car? Can I get my braces done? Can I pay for my college students or my college tuition? Can I go to college? Well, what's your credit score? No, none of that. You'll be able to do it yourself. And it's all about freedom. So what is crypto? Crypto is crypto. It is a cryptocurrency. It is digital currency. It is digital. We only talked about 3 of the 5 sources that will be made available by a promise delivered. We're only talking about 3. The original position over there at a promise delivered, the 2 positions in Team Royal, and there's 2 more crypto platforms that are going to be brought out by a promise delivered. They will be extremely easy to use, but it's going to be 100% this. There will be no cash. There will be no, I want this. I want to, go buy a Pelican or whatever you're trying to buy with money. Those 2 platforms are going to be based off of cryptocurrency and or digital assets, NFTs to be exact. NFTs. What is an NFT? Wouldn't you like to know? An NFT is a representation of another form of payment because it has a value. And the value will be placed on it due to what it's connected to, a promise delivered. Phase 2. Remember me talking about phase 2 for a promise delivered, that I need to put these 2 things on? That's why I said no more calls. Phase 2 is based off of NFTs. But I will be 100% based in it. Okay? It's another form of source. And where do they go? Lo and behold, they go right here. They go right here. The one platform is straight cryptocurrency. And it's going to be based off of something supporting and backing what? A promise delivered. When I told you it's a lot bigger than just a platform, it's a lot bigger than just a platform. So The crypto class is going to be next Saturday. And I'm going to go 100% over this one. Since I have this one already, I'm going to start here. I'm going to go over all the aspects, what it takes to get it. If you're going to get one, like I said, it's 150. Get it moving because it takes a month to get it. They're on back order because everybody's getting out of the banks. They're getting away from this because they know the switch is coming. They know it's coming, so they're ordering these things like crazy. You have to follow the trend. The trend is saying get away from the bank, become your own bank. Who do you have to ask if you own your own bank if you want to go buy a car? Yourself. Who do you have to ask if you need to buy another refrigerator because that one went up? Yourself. For those of us that like motorcycles, let's say that you want to go get a motorcycle. Who do you have to ask to go get it? Myself. How do I get it? Remember me talking about a purchase order? But you're going to be dealing with your own bank. You're going to be dealing with this on a regular basis. So the more you know how to use it, how to set it up properly, how to move sources into it and out of it, and being able to purchase things with your wallet is vital. It's vital. You have to know this information. There's no more time. Once they switch the switch and we go to the asset-backed money, yes, there will be paper for those who are just too out of reach of this product. Now, I understand that there's going to be a lot of people that will have no idea what you're talking about when you say, become your own bank. They're going to look at you, what? I don't have that kind of money. Little do they know, they already have that kind of money. They just don't know it. There's going to be a lot of people that doesn't understand a wallet simply because they're either too old or never got into computers, whatever, for whatever reason. There's going to be a new paper. They can't go 100% digital, because of that reason. So knowing that, yes, there's a lot of people that are going to be taken advantage of simply because they don't know any better. There's a couple passages that you may refer to or know about. They shall perish for the lack of knowledge. And what perishes is their freedom. Even though we know all about that because your freedom right now has been taken away. This has erased your freedom because they tell you when and how much of this you can have and what you can buy and what you can't. How you eat, where you live. It controls everything about you. If you mess around and lose your job like I did, then there's no more of this. Everything goes away. You have no value. Everyone is based off of a number. 550, 600, 720, 800, 860. Right? Not this. A 3-digit number that says your credit worth is. And where did that come from? It came from the guys that have this. Because if you don't have the proper number, you can't have nothing. You have to beg and scratch and plead and beg. Can I have a house? Can I have a car? Can I have a life? Can I eat every week? Can I? If they decide no, guess what? You don't eat. You don't have a car. You don't have a house. But flip the script. If you own one of these and you have your own source.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect example. If you do not take the information and the time that I give to this and to you seriously, why bother? Why bother? I understand that, everyone has a life, everyone has things going on, but if you do not take what I'm doing seriously, don't bother. That's very disruptive. I do not like it. It upsets me massively when you come to the call with an open mic. And it's sad because that is the type of person that is going to come to a system late. They're not going to know how to use this. They're not going to know that this is no more because they're late. Because they're doing other things during a conversation about your credit and your financial ability. If you don't want to take this serious, if this is not serious enough for you, let me know. And you can enjoy your day. One moment, please. I have to take All right. So again, it's all about what you really want, and what is important to you. I'm going to send out another schedule that will update everyone as far as the calls are concerned. The times to be on the call. And I'm going to be like Santa Claus. When I'm in the middle of a call and you come into the call with an open mic, holding a conversation, I'm going to collect your name. Do that twice, and you won't be allowed to come to the call because you're showing me that you could care less about what's being talked about. Oh, I was on the call. I just want to get on the call. Fine, get on the call. But when you get on the call, before you do anything, mute your line. It destroys my concentration. Destroys it. Do that twice and you won't have to worry about it. And if you sent funds, I'll refund you. I'm not taking that anymore. We talked about it. I have said this too many times to grown people, adults. I'm not going to go through this, okay? I'm not. So going on, I don't even know where I was. Let's go into Q&A. Any questions? Go ahead and unmute if you have a question.
Okay, I have one. For the ones that are already in team role with the first position, are you going to place the second position under that person or someone else?
It'll go somewhere else.
Okay.
Yep. As people are coming in, they're going to fill in all the 29 people that were there first. They're going to be filling in under there. So you're going to get 3 people under that first position. By the time you get 2 signing up for your second one, it's going to be somewhere over here or somewhere down there. And then as 3 people come in under that, then that position is going to start receiving. So there'll be, you know, your original way up here, your second down.
Gustavo,
Yes.
I mean, this question is kind of off. I'd asked you before a while ago. When you were talking about the treasure, it brought to mind Ella Paul. Do you remember what you said when you said you saw a problem or there was something about Ella Paul you didn't like? I was wondering, were you able to remember that or look it up?
Well, it was the fact that Ella Paul was a little bit difficult at the time, but it's no different than all the rest of them. Ella Paul's, you know, Bluetooth or GAP technology, so it's just something that has to be taught.
Yeah, air gap. So basically what you're saying, it's not as difficult as you thought a couple months ago when you said it.
Because I didn't know anything about it. I had to do my studying.
Wonderful. Because I like it. I got so many of my people that bought it. So I'm glad to hear that. Everybody heard that.
Yep. It's one of the 4 that I, you know, that we'll be going over.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know all of my people are glad to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to make it available because there's a whole lot of people using a whole lot of different wallets.
Right.
And of course, I can't afford all of them now, but we're going to start out with 4 of them. Ella Paul is one of them.
Wonderful. Now, I know you also said something, I haven't gotten it, but you said something about Oculus, that being a card. Are there actually problems with that? I'm thinking it might be, but.
Well, more or less, the Oculus is decent. I mean, Ledger was hacked not too long ago. Everything is evolving. Okay.
Right.
I personally am going to get as many as I can or I can afford. Once APD launches, I'll be able to buy them all. But then you have to study them and understand them and then explain them to everybody. So it's going to be a process ongoing. But I wanted to have a good foundation with at least 4 different solid wallets that everyone can use to move source to bank.
Gotcha. Sounds wonderful. Good to hear that.
Awesome. Any other
Okay.
questions? Now it's time to talk. So any other questions?
This is Janice.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, I'm going to use me as an example. If I needed to move into an apartment at this time. And you know, when you go for those apartments, you have to show your source of income. And it needs to be 3 times the amount of the rent. How do I do that with APD?
You can.
Okay.
But you can with Team Royal. So let's go over that real quick.
Okay.
Where's my phone? All right. So we already know that you already have a position with Team Royal.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to say, there are right now 425 people on the spreadsheet. So let me do this so everyone can see it. Well, I really can't because I'm recording.
Okay.
Let me come back to that after we stop the recording, so I can show you exactly how you can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next question.
Hi, Ms. Tavo. This is Karen.
Yes, ma'am.
Piggybacking on Ms. Janice's question, you said that we could use T-Royal like for rent, and to show proof of payment for rent. Would that be the same for, I guess, obviously house getting a mortgage because they're gonna want? So I could just use just that as my source of income. Yeah. Oh well, you said we could go. Right. I'm sorry.
You see what's behind me, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Team Royal did that. Verification of income.
So I could just use that alone for that with the realtor that we're going to work with anyway. Within,
because she knows all about it.
And that could be anywhere in the United States, because I'm in New Jersey and it's pretty high. The housing market is pretty high.
Yeah, for right now. When they do the switch, all that's going to go away.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other question?
You just asking me? If not, no.
No, this is to everybody. Any other questions? But thank you. I'm going to go over that in just a second so you can see it.
Montavo, did you say the credit card system will be done away with as well? QFX?
Yes, because the credit card system is built off of these guys.
Right. So that means any debt on a credit card will be not so much forgiven, but
it never existed.
It never existed. You can't forgive something that doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Anybody else? Yeah, you're already open. Go ahead, Peter.
Montavo, I'm sure I'm not going to get an answer to this, but what's going to happen to our tax situation later on? Now, obviously, before it goes away, we're going to have to deal with that. How if I go to my CPA, what do I tell this person? I'm getting income from this, or what's the what?
Okay, so one, I have to, since we're recording, I have to say this, so bear with me. I am not a tax specialist. You have to get that information from a licensed tax person. Now that I've stated that, you will be able to show, if needed, but I can almost guarantee you that your CPA will be unemployed when the switch happens, because that will no longer exist. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you will be able to show that you are a member of Team Royal, and any and all income that is derived from that is because you're in a business. You are a business owner. What comes from a promise delivered is not a business. You don't own anything. You're a member. It's a membership. Just like Amazon. You are a member, you pay a membership, and you can buy things from it. But you cannot use any of what happens in that as a financial income and what have you. It's a membership with benefits. Okay, that's why you can't use it. Now, Team Royal, because you will have two positions over there, and please stay on when I go over this next part. Once I stop the recording, you'll see how you can explain to them where your income is coming from. Okay? Your line's still open. Good?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, any other questions?
Montalvo, I think I'm still confused about the second position. Maybe you're going to cover this later. That when we join Team Royal, there's one position and then a second position. Not that when we go through the next time, but I think I'm not clear on that. If you're going to explain that maybe sometime, that'd be great.
I'm going to explain it in just a few minutes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, so to answer your question first, and then I'm going to show you the funds after I stop the recording. As I stated at the very beginning here, when we got into this Team Royal situation, there are 29 of you that joined Team Royal with me when I got on and spread the information, and everyone joined and got a position. That's your first position. There's 29 of you. Once a promise delivered launches, okay, it's going to deduct $398 from your fourth position twice. The first time it does it, remember, you still have the one position if you're one of those 29. Not everybody is the first 29 people. Your first position, you're going to use income from 1, 2, and 3, step 1, 2, and 3, to get position 1 vetted, which means getting the outside position or reinstating it, whatever it needs to be vetted. And I'm going to explain vetted in just a minute. That's what's going to happen once you join, to get your first position vetted. Once that happens, when you get to step 4, $398 is going to purchase a fully vetted position and stick it in over here with your first one. So now you have one up here in the first 29 people, and when you get to step 4, you're going to have one down here. Okay? So you'll have 2 positions. The next time you go to step 4 in a promise delivered, you already have your 2 positions. So it's going to take $398 and put it to the breadbasket. Okay? Now, you have 2 live, fully vetted positions. Notice I'm putting one up higher and one down lower, because that's how it's going to happen. This one is receiving, and this one is receiving. and you have two receiving. Twice the income. Remember, twice the income. So let me explain what a fully vetted position is. A fully vetted position is a fully paid for membership, which is $249, or reinstated. Some of you were grandfathered in at the $99, whatever that position is. And if that's already over because it was off so long, whatever it is to set it right, that's what you're going to use 1 through 3 to do. And then you're going to purchase an outside position, which is $149. That's $398. Okay, that's a fully vetted position. That position now can receive the daily income that they guarantee everyone, as long as you have proper people below you. The second position, when it comes in, it's fully vetted. $398, which is a $249 and $149, all ready to go. The second it's paid for and you put in the information, you're ready to go to receive. Now, before I turn off the recording, so that this can be recorded, does that clarify the two positions?
My question is, what is the difference of the outside position? I think that's how I should word it. What does that one do?
It is a qualifier that that company requires you to have to receive.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So we're clear? Good understanding?
For those who came in early on the 29th and they had stopped payment, they still have to call and pay it out of their pocket.
No. From step 1 to step 3, what you're receiving from a promise delivered is enough to set that position correct.
So you don't even have to contact them to tell them to
Yes, you still have
reactivate
to
it?
yes, you have to contact.
And they're gonna reactivate it without you paying anything at that
Okay,
point?
so let me go ahead and explain what's going to happen. So let's say you're one of those 29 people and you turned it off, and it hasn't been 6 months, because I haven't been in for 6 months. Some may be right at it, but let's say it hasn't been 6 months and the position is still sitting there waiting for you. When you join a promise delivered, you're going to get in, and then step 1, you're going to receive something. Step 2, you're going to receive something. Step 3, you're going to receive something. So you have something in the back office to use. Follow me so far?
Yep.
You're then, when you get to step 3, you're going to pick up the phone and call into the company. I can only say the company because I'm recording. So please, no one say the company name. You're going to call them and say, look, I want to reactivate my position. How much is it going to cost to reactivate it and also purchase an outside position? That person is going to give you a number. And then you say, okay, now I know. If that number is $300, of course, you're not going to have enough through 1, 2, 3, but at least you'll know. Step 4, you get a brand new position. And then by step 5, you can pay for that first position, if it's that much. Shouldn't be, but if that one's completely off and you have to get an outside position, that's $150 twice. That's $300 all day, or $398. All right, so you won't have $398 coming into step 4. Okay, does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
If you're not in that category and you only need to get it back live again, which whatever that number is, they're going to tell you what it's going to cost to reactivate that position. As soon as you have enough, you reactivate that position. But when you get to step 4, you're going to get a brand new position anyway. And it's going to go somewhere down below. Step 5, you get enough to go ahead and activate your main first position. Now you have 2 positions rolling. Everybody's not going to be in that same position. They might need to just pay for the outside membership. There's enough to do that. They might need to just reactivate the position. There's enough to do that through 1 through 3. Whatever it is, when you call in, they're going to tell you how much you need. You either get it through 1 through 3 or 1 through 5. Remember 2 things. And that's a very good question, Alan. And everybody, please listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you, because you have to pay attention to catch on to how and why things have been set up the way they are. You already know from step 5 to 12 is all crypto, right? You're going to use your wallet, hopefully one that has a card next to it that you can say, okay, company, I'm going to use this card that has the ability to exchange or purchase with cryptocurrency just like you had money on it and pay the bill. Now you see why I need you to know how to put money on your wallet, and you want a wallet with a card. Now do you see why I'm asking the things I'm asking? I'm preparing you to be able to use the cryptocurrency as cash. Did a light go off in everybody's head? If step 5 to step 12 is cryptocurrency, you put it on your wallet that has a card next to it. You need to pay whatever it is to get your activation done. Boop! You're spending crypto, but you're spending it like money. That's what these cards do. Now do you see why I'm pushing so hard to find a wallet that has a card attached to it? Because you need to use it right away. You can't wait to get it to the wallet, to get it to the thing, and then bring it up. No. I need you to be able to use this stuff right away. Number 1, a lot of us have to reactivate position 1. Number 2, you might need to pay the light bill. See why? Everything I do has a method. There's a reason for everything. I don't want us to have to wait to get it to the bank or some bank, and then you try to get them to convert it and ask them, can you use their system to say, can I go pay the light bill? Excuse me, but hell no. I want you to put it in your bank, and I want you to use your wallet, your card that's attached to your wallet, and go pay the light bill. Did a light go off? Is everybody on the same page? Is everybody on the same page? There's a reason for everything. Next question. Okay, I'm going to turn off the recording because I need to get something to eat. I'm already past, well, I'm right at it. 7 o'clock, I have to eat. But I'm going to do this. Thank you for those who stuck around. I'm going to go over how you use the system to verify. One moment.